Ben, thanks first and foremost for having me today. Really appreciate your time. Talking about the 2014 squad and how we look. Really good fall for us. Really good preseason so far. Really excited with this group and this team to enter into the 2014 season and get an opportunity to compete against somebody in a different colored jersey. We took a while in the fall and in the early part of the spring here to find our identity, but really feel like we're starting to find that, and really excited to continue to solidify that as we move through the season here.
Are there any major differences between this year's team and last year's team?
I think a lot of major differences. Starting off is the guys that we lost from last year's team, and had a really talented group last year, and a smaller class that graduated, but one that was full of personality and multiple three-year starters at every position on the field. Looking at this year's team, each and every team is different. I think this year trying to figure out that identity for who we are is a big one. One of the unique things for our program, at least with this year's group, is there's just been these open competition battles going on for starting spots and positions on the field, and that's been a really fun thing to be a part of, a really fun thing to see. We brought in a very talented freshman group, and that's contributed early, and it looks like they'll continue to contribute early throughout the course of the season. And some additions to our coaching staff too, with the addition of Chris Isles, who was our goalie for the last 3 years, starting goalie for the last 3 years, entering into the fold, and also Ben Lewis, who's a former Robert Morris Colonial, coming on board to work with our defense as well.
What would you say your strengths are this season, and which areas would you identify as areas of improvement?
Yeah, strengths, we always tend to focus on a few things that are non-negotiables for us. So have a great attitude, bring a great effort on a day-to-day basis, play physical, and communicate. So those things are things that are pretty true to our program, things that are constants in our program. We think if we focus on those things, that ends up making a better offense for us, making a better defense. Things we've really tried to focus on this year, in terms of our strengths, is continuing to become a better offense, and gets to be a little bit of a challenge when you're the number one offense in the nation like we were last year. 15.56 goals a game. How do we improve on that? Well, we improve our decision making and improve our shot selection and improve our ability to control the game on that side of the ball. Always trying to work on defensively becoming a more potent team, a more powerful team. And we're certainly focused on that aspect. And something we put a lot of time and effort into is a face-off position this year. Last year we had a good year at the face-off position, but when we played the big boys, particularly down the stretch, we didn't do as well as we could have done or need to do. So that's something with the offense that we have. If we can get the ball back to them on a consistent basis, then that's only going to make our job easier in terms of winning games. So that's where we are with that.
Who do you think will be the sleeper team of the ECAC conference this season?
It's a really good question. I think last year Lake Erie popped out, and I think that on a regional level we knew Lake Erie, and we're very familiar with them, and they had a tremendous impact on the national scene in 2013. This year, really look at Lindenwood as a sleeper pick. In our games we played in conference last year, their game was every bit as fierce a battle as any other team that we played. They battled us to the bitter end, and I'm expecting Coach Lang out there to continue that development. Really excited to see what Wheeling Jesuits going to bring to the table this year. I know Coach Dugan. I've heard great things about him, but I know he's going to be a well-prepared coach and put a well-prepared team on the field. And really interested to see what Walsh brings to the table this year as well. We got an opportunity to see them pretty briefly, but got an opportunity to see them this fall at a tournament, and they looked much improved from where they were last year, as would be expected. But excited to see where they are and what they bring to the table this year.
You were one of 4 teams to qualify for the ECAC tournament last year. What will your team need to do in order to be one of the Final Four again this year?
Yeah, I think focus on each and every game one at a time, and try to be the best possible team that we can be every game day. For us this year, I think we're fortunate that we've got a lot of our tougher conference games at home. So I really feel like if we find a way to win our home games, that'll pave the way to the ECAC tournament. And then once we're there, obviously, it's can we take care of business while we're there?
Which game are you most looking forward to on the schedule this season?
Ben, that's really an easy one for us. I think a lot of people would probably expect a different answer, but we want to take each and every game at one at a time. Really looking forward to February 15th, which is when we open our season against Ohio Valley. That'll be a home game for us. Always good to open the season at home. Always good to open the season against a conference opponent, and really excited to get going that game. And that's where it all starts for us. That's where it all kicks off. So really excited for that game.
Any other thoughts on how the team or the ECAC conference as a whole will fare for the 2014 season?
I think really excited for the ECAC in 2014. We had a tremendous 2013 season as a conference. The tournament expansion, the NCAA tournament expansion last year, and the ECAC was able to solidify 3 of the 4 NCAA bids that were available for the South region. And Mercyhurst, Lake Erie, and then Seton Hill were able to secure those bids. Really excited to see the development of the league and continue to see us push into a national relevance. See Lindenwood step onto the scene on a national scale, see Wheeling step into the scene and continue to push forward there. See the development of the younger programs and Alderson Broadus and Ohio Valley and Walsh is very young programs. They showed a lot of promise last year. And exciting to see them get out and compete at the national level.
Coach, thanks for your time and good luck this season.
Thank you.